Hey, it's Nitya with Karma Chameleon. Welcome. So here at this channel, we cover all things Feng Shui, Flying Stars Feng Shui, BaZi Chinese Astrology, and often I like to read the charts of celebrities and famous people to better understand our own charts and our own lives. Welcome. So today we are talking about the Flying Stars for September. This has been, I always like to stop and pause before we launch into the next month to look at where we've been. How was August for you? Please put in comments. Love to know what's happening. Here in Virginia today, as I'm filming, it is raining. A steady rain. Like, wow. I can feel the dry, barren earth that has been. We have not had rain in a long time. And so it's really wonderful to have this rainy day. It's also cool. You might notice that my angle is different because I moved my desk. Now, there were many reasons I moved my desk. You're going to find out next month in September. I'm going to be releasing a whole bunch of videos about Feng Shui, different aspects of Feng Shui. I'm really excited about this. So if this is something that you're interested in, please subscribe, follow, and like. Welcoming again your comments and your questions. So as we're reflecting, and you'll see everything is on the blog on the Karma Chameleon website, because there's a lot of information that goes into these monthly reads. Flying Stars Feng Shui is an advanced application to Feng Shui, and it is complicated. I will not lie. It is one of those things that there are so many ways to look at it and interpret. And I will say that my approach to all of my work is very intuitive. And one of the reasons I love these practices of BaZi Chinese Astrology and Feng Shui is that it gives me an outlet, a container in which to tap into that intuitive space within myself and be free. And that is so cool. Often when I'm doing a chart, it's as if I am with you. I don't know how else to explain that. But so August was monkey month. Did you have any tricksters? Did you have any surprise things? Did you solve problems? What was going on for you? I will honestly say that this was probably one of the worst summers of my life. There were some surprises and shenanigans that I would not have wished on my worst enemy. And yet, I have mentioned this before, in yoga, one of the teachings is taught us to take these difficult moments and say thank you. Thank you for the lessons. Thank you for rubbing me until one day I am smooth. That's all I have to say. So I've come to a really cool spot in my life, not one that I saw coming. Were problems solved? Absolutely, problems were solved. Were they solved the way I would have thought they would have been? Heck no. Oh, no. And let me tell you, if we ever think we have control over these beautiful lives of ours, we suffer for that. We suffer for that illusion. Because ultimately it is a surrender. I surrender. I surrender with acceptance, with grace, humility. That there is a much bigger picture going on about this soul's journey that I'm really curious about. So right now I am on a hiatus of sorts, and I am going to be using a lot of this time to research period 9. I've got an amazing story to tell you about what's coming for the next 20 years and more Feng Shui videos. Lots of tutorials that I think you're going to really enjoy. All right. This is the month, September. I warned you, and it's coming. It's here. September 7th, we begin the most problematic, conflicted month of 2023. And this is going to greatly impact people born on the day or in the year of the rooster, the rabbit, possibly the rat, possibly the monkey. Alrighty. So, all of that being said, let's stop for breath. The lineup is this. The annual animal, that space in our Bagua, which this year is the east for the rabbit, our great queen, all bow to the queen rabbit. And this is sitting in the east. So that's where the Grand Duke is. The Grand Duke is kind of like this god that says, yo, this is our babe for right now. This is our queen. Don't mess with her. Don't face her. Don't drive towards the east. Don't fly towards the east. Don't take a train towards the east. Start all of your things in a different direction. It is considered an affront to this energy to disturb it, to face it, which is very aggressive and confrontational. Don't do major renovations inside or outside your home or office building or your place of work. No loud sounds. This is not a place that I would be having a gym with heavy weights banging. This isn't a place where I would be putting the TV with loud TV shows on, or kids playing with violent video games. Calm and quiet. Calm and quiet. Make the east very dark. We're going to come back to that in a moment. So when we look at the opposite direction to the east, which is where, again, the rabbit sits and holds reign, that's the rooster. That's why the rooster, and people especially born on the day of the rooster, two people very close to my heart are born on the day of the rooster. And to a certain extent, your year. This is where the Shui Po and the Sansha are. And it's like, they're coming face to face, head to head. This is it. September. All right. So the west is where you can face. The west is a direction to move towards. The direction of the west is also a place to honor by not making it a place of construction, loud noises. It's a fine area for the most part to enjoy this year, as long as it's not disturbed. And this is how we recognize that Feng Shui teaches us the humility that our living spaces and work spaces are sacred. Always. All of this earth is sacred. It is pure ego and arrogance to go into a space, demand and command it for our own purposes without first honoring the energy that's there. And that, for me, is a big part of Feng Shui. Feng Shui teaches us to move with greater mindfulness, ease, awareness, calm, peacefulness in ourselves. Yeah. Okay. So I want to also mention that if you have a rabbit rooster, if you have a rooster hour specifically, this is a month where you are going to possibly experience some real upheaval in your career. If you are born And this could also affect your children and your younger siblings. If you have Rooster in your month, that's people born in the month of September. And again, the month usually begins around the 6th or 7th. Then this could affect your older siblings and parents. Okay, but the worst affliction is the day of the Rooster, because that affects your actual welfare. Your inhale, your exhale, your welfare. It affects also your romantic relationships. So if you are solid in your relationship, great. Keep it simple and easy this month. But if your relationship, your most deepest romantic relationship, has been fractured, a little stressed, a bit weird, Venus just is about to come out of retrograde. It's been a summer of really looking at our relationships. If it's been fractured and kind of on edge, this could be the final break. I'm just saying. All right, so the way I see this is it's like the Rooster is already starting to kick up dust in the BaZi barnyard, as I call it. And in the dust that's being kicked up by the Rooster, there is this feeling of cloudiness, out of focusness. It's like the rabbit is irritated. There is this aggression. There is this conflict. And the rabbit wants to negotiate. I want peace. I want things to calm down. The Rooster is crowing. I have something to say. Listen to me. And the little rabbit is like, yo, man, what's with all the commotion? Can't we just all get along? Can't things be peaceful and quiet? Which is what rabbits really like. They do not like confrontation. They do not like things when they're out of balance. And so there's this tug of war. It's kind of like if you're peacefully reading your book and somebody comes in and turns on the TV. And it's a big, loud TV show. And they didn't even turn around to acknowledge the fact you're sitting there peacefully reading a book. A fight's going to break out, and you know it. Yeah. So conflict is the mood, unfortunately, for September, my friends. Take these next few weeks, also considering that so many planets are retrograding, coming out of retrograde. So much. This is a time to review, to reflect, to humble yourself. Take a big step back. Watch your timing for everything and do life again with greater mindfulness, care, and consideration of others. In contentious situations, shut up and walk away, man. Seriously. There are no wars to be won right now. No wars to be won. And I used to say to my kids when I was teaching kids yoga, one of the greatest powers we have when someone or a situation is unkind to us, is working against us, is harmful, is to leave the situation, walk away from the person silently. The moment you open your mouth, you've given your power away. Just because somebody is angry or upset with you does not mean you have to receive that. Why are they upset? Why are they angry? Often it's their own stuff and has nothing to do with you. It might simply be you've walked into a situation where somebody is already irritated and upset, and innocently, as the rabbit, didn't realize what they were walking into with somebody that is already agitated and almost looking for a fight. Walk away. Possibly a quiet month, because I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of noise. Roosters are loud. Let's go through the stars. Are we ready? Would like to say that things get better, because I felt like August had a lot of funky combinations in the Bagua. This month, I started to get hopeful, and it was like, oh man, maybe not. Oh, we're going to activate the center again. How were your relationships? Again, Venus retrograde, the 2-star of sickness in the center with the 4-star last month. Ooh, and more ooh. I took my love altar down. See, I've got pictures and things behind me. That's in the where the 6th star of the west is. Well, those are coming out, because I don't want anything like that there for September for sure, with all the contention. So time to move your love altar back, put it in place, however you've got that organized. And again, go to karmachameleon.com and get the full blog with all the details of best colors and decor, colors to avoid, and best cures to either depress, neutralize, or activate the stars as they fly. So the 4-star is here for the year of 2023, and that's in conflict. It's a wood star in the earthy center. We want to mitigate with fire. And last month, that was aggravating the 2-star. You might have felt like you were sick of your partner, or maybe you or your partner were very sick last month. Anyway, so we're bringing things back. The visiting star for this month, though, is the 1-star. So the 1-star, being a water star, is also at odds with the earthy center, except the 1-star nourishes the woody 4-star. Adding fire mitigates the wood star 4 to the earthy center, and in that we have flow. So we're going to bring red back, but we want to honor the 1-star by, I'm saying, let's put a gold ingot or like a chunk of pyrite, something gold on something blue in the center of all of this. So hopefully you have a little spot in the center that you can make that happen. I know sometimes, a lot of times, centers of houses are powder rooms, closets, hallways, stairwells. It can be a little tricky to really make cures and have space for that. But see what you can do. Be creative. All right, so then from there, we're going to go to the north. This is where the 9-star of future wealth is, and that's a fire star in watery north. We've been mitigating all year with lush green plants, colors of green and turquoise to mitigate that conflict. This is a great section, one of the best sections of your Bagua for September. And this is visited by the 6th star of success. So this kind of feels to me like the 9-star of future wealth. And the 9-star is going through a transition even now, because we're moving into the period 9 in 2024, when it will basically replace the 8-star, which is success and wealth and abundance. That's going to be the 9-star. And the 1-star is going to be the one that is future wealth. Why? Because the 1-star will be the ruler of the next period after period 9. And that is another significant aspect to why period 9 is so big. It is the end of an era. From 1 to 9. I have so much to say about period 9. I can't wait to tell you. Later. I think I've scheduled that for November. Sorry, their cliffhanger is going to have to wait for a while. So stick with me. It's going to be fun. All right, so for the 9-star, we have put up a vision board or a note to the universe and to God saying, this is what I want to manifest this year. And for this month, it feels like be ready to see action, green lights, a message that all systems are go when it comes to launching something. The 6-star feels like it's in flow, it's nourished by the watery, or it's activated by the water here. And I think this feels like a really good section of your Bagua. I recently sat down and edited my vision board, crossed out things that didn't happen, aren't gonna happen, nope, and added some new things. And feel free to edit your vision board. Be really specific. Make it clear to the universe, to God, exactly what you are ready to see in your life. And in the North, especially if this is an office, honor that space like it is a sacred area of your home. The North is your career. If it is blocked with clutter, if it's blocked with old things that are outdated, like a filing cabinet that hasn't been cleared out in 10 years, if it's full of like just stuff, clear it out, purge. One of my favorite things to do is literally gut a room or part of a room and reimagine it. I did a little of this last Friday. When I cleaned my house, I moved my altar up to my new sanctuary room. And then I moved my desk so that I'm not facing west. I'm not sitting in the line of attack for September between the rabbit and the rooster. I'm out of the line of fire. That's all I wanted to do. And now I can watch the birds at the bird feeder because my desk is now sitting where my altar was. Feels really right too. All right, so North, such an important part of your Bagua. The Northeast, ooh. Oh my gracious. The Northeast is threatening our relationships, our creativity, our educational pursuits with the visiting 4-star. And the 4-star is a wood star. This is yang wood, yang metal. Conflict, contention, infidelity, betrayal, sabotage, backstabbing, ooh, and more ooh. Be really careful if this is an office or a main bedroom. Just saying. So blue is what is going to mitigate the conflict of the wood star with the metal 7 and the earthy Northeast. And I think that color combination of blue and white is what I've been talking about as far as decor in the Northeast for most of this year. So just be very mindful of what's going on in that direction. Be really mindful. And certainly do not put any pictures of you and your loved one. Like for instance, if this is a master bedroom, a main bedroom, and you've got pictures of you and your love, get them out of there. Serious up. It should be like that for all of 2023. All right, so we're going to come around to the east. Oh, child. Oh, my gracious. It's like, wow. The 2-star in the east. This is our home of the rabbit. Oh, my gracious. We've got all kinds of illness and misfortune. And the rabbit is saying, please, for the love of God and Buddha, do not disturb me. Leave me alone, peaceful little rabbit. Keep this room dark, quiet, and undisturbed. Close the door. Certainly don't use any ceiling fans. Do not agitate this area. The specific compass degree is 82.5 to 97.5 east. No loud noises, no digging, construction, any of that. All of this year, inside and outside. This area that for this month, it's Yeah. It's a real area that I would say caution. Just exercise a lot of caution. We're going to come around to the southeast. Internet's back. I live out in the middle of nowhere, and when it rains, sometimes the internet goes out. All right. Yay. I did not want to lose this entire blog. That would be really like a sad waste. And Mercury's retrograde. So again, what could go wrong? Technology. The 3-star is in the southeast, and this is a negative chi for September. The 9-star comes in and kind of saves the day. So I'm calling this a neutralize. The 3-star is already weak. And as the 9-star comes in, it's like big fire. It drains the 3-star. And I think this could possibly be a pretty good area. It could allow for some wealth and abundance in the coming months. For whatever it is that you launch here, or begin here, or start planning here. Ooh, made me just realize that's the direction where I'm going to be planting my fall seeds for my winter fall garden. So that actually makes perfect sense. So what I was saying for this month goes back to the annual recommendation, which is red, fiery colors. Great place for a stove, great place for a fire pit or a grill. We come around to the 8-star in the south. This is really unfortunate. The 5-star comes in, both 8-star and 5-star earth stars. They are fueled and fed by the south. So this is a very hot, contentious direction, and I would use a lot of caution for this month. I would pull as much fire out of the area as possible. I certainly would not have actual fire for the month of September, and I would use great caution in regards to your finances and your reputation. All right. The 1-star in the southwest is in conflict as a water star in the earthy southwest. The metal 7-star is now coming in. This feels violent, it feels negative, it feels damaging. And the 1-star weakens it, which is good. But I would use a lot of caution here. And I think that blue is a good color to use. It is good for the 1-star. It weakens the 7-star. Just a lot of caution. And again, it's the month of September. Really is that. Take a step back. Take another step back. Look at your day planner. What have you got scheduled? What can you pare back on? How can you simplify and not demand so much of yourself and others? We're going to come around now to the 6-star in the west, which I'm saying activate with caution. Not so sure. The 6-star in itself is a success star. There's wealth in that. The 3-star pretty much is lost here because this is kind of crazy. So the 3-star literally is the star that rules the east. Okay, so literally the 3-star in the east comes hopping over to the west. This is the confrontation I'm talking about. The 3-star flies in literally like a catapulted rabbit, pew, right into the hen house, and the rooster isn't happy. Really and truly, it could be storied out like that. It's kind of almost comical. It's an invasion of the east to the west. Yeah. Now, the 3-star being weak, and being so embattled this month does not play a huge role because it's so weakened by the presence of the sixth star, the presence of the West itself, both being metal. I'm calling this a white flag moment. Add something blue to ease the tension. All I can say is I'm going to keep my eyes wide open. And I'm really glad that September is the month that I chose on purpose, knowing this was coming, to take a step back from, I have no work other than all my Feng Shui astrology. But outside of that, took a big step back in my career and said, I'm going to take a break. Make a bunch of videos for you guys. That sounds like something far more fun to do than chasing after finding my next career in such a contentious time. All right, so if that wasn't eye-opening enough, and I still am kind of laughing at the rabbit hopping over here and upsetting the rooster, is the Northwest, where the 5-star is, gets the 2-star. These are the two most negative stars. This is major upset, sickness, death, misfortune. This is an area that I would sleep on the couch if this were my only bedroom option. I'd be on the couch. No way should anyone sleep in that. No way should anyone open a door, a main door. I'd be crawling out a window. So not wanting to use this area of your bagua. This is where I watch TV. I think there'd be a lot less TV watching in the month of September. And above that in my house is a guest room that I have the door closed, the drapes drawn. It's very dark, very calm, very quiet. You just want to avoid it. And again, all the cures, the color suggestions, things to avoid are all on my blog. It's so important to get this right, my friends. I want the best for all of us. So to highlight center, north, and southeast, the 3 best directions. Everything else, use great caution. In our world, the rooster, not surprising, sits center to the United States. We are a cocky country. We've got a lot to say. We like to strut ourselves out. We have a lot of flair, a lot of style. Anyway, so the rooster rules the West, and the USA focuses on the central states, southern states, and the entire East Coast. Also parts of Canada, Central America, and Chile. These are areas that we want to kind of pay attention to as far as conflict. What's going on? What's happening? Wildfires, storms, in excessive heat, excessive weather. It's an inflamed time. It is very contentious. And I caution us all to really take a step back. Simplify life. Avoid confrontation at all cost, because again, there are no wars to be won right now. And certainly none that I would wage. Yeah. So blessings to us all for a peaceful, tranquil September. Despite the forecast, we have the power to create our own lives, to be the most beautiful, blessed existence that we can create for ourselves. So, thank you so much. Be well.